Hello, everyone. Tammy here. Welcome to Self-Care Sunday. It's been a while since I've been in front of the camera. I got new glasses. I don't know if you can see. They're sparkly. I went way out of kind of went out of my comfort zone. I tried on a whole bunch of frames. I had my daughter on. We were FaceTiming, and she's like, "Nope, nope, nope." I put these ones on. She's like, "Yes, yes." So I was like, okay. I didn't really get a chance to um, get used to them, but I'm getting used to them now. The good thing is I can see. For the last year and a half when I've been driving, I've like purposely not driven to new places because I couldn't see the signs, couldn't. So, so I finally went. This is all part of my self-care routine. So that's what that's about, is the new glasses. So thought I'd get on and show them off. So I'm not sure like what this self-care Sunday series is going to look like. I just I I did some things already that I've filmed, so you'll see, that after this little. I just wanted to do a face-to-face introduction um, to this whole series. And for those that don't know, I am going on a self-care journey for 2023. Um, I feel like I have neglected myself for a while. Um, I I do have a tendency to put other people first, or not even putting other people first, but sometimes I'm so overwhelmed by the needs that other people have that I can't even function or even know what my own needs are. So, and I'm taking the whole year because it's hard work. Um, it's just not something. I mean, 5 years ago, if you told me that I would be retired at 60 and learning how to um, take care of my mental, physical, and spiritual health, I would have laughed in your face. 5 years ago, I was on a great path. I was feeling good. I was, doing great at my job. Just so many things. And, you know, 3 years ago, COVID hit and things changed so much for me. Being an empath, and I just feel for the last couple years, but specifically in 2020, I felt the hurt and the brokenness of the world, and it's been draining on me. And then things started going downhill with my mom. Roe v. Wade was overturned. Just so many school mass shootings. Just so much shit has happened that has taken my little empathic spirit and broken it. And so I'm trying to heal that, and I'm also working on healing my inner child, which I'm not focusing on that right now. I'm for sure taking the first 6 months of the year, or until it feels right, to just take care of me. I've done a little bit of inner child work with a energy healer that I've been working with, but it's really painful, and I feel like I'm not emotionally, physically, or spiritually ready um, to battle that pain. So I'm taking you on this self-care journey, the first part of it anyway. I'm just taking you along with me, and if anything resonates with you, great. And if it doesn't, don't watch. It's just one of those things. 5 years ago, I don't know that I would have watched a self-care video because it wasn't something I needed. I was very good at all of that. and I talk about this in the next part of the video, but I do want to touch on it here. My kids are 30, 28, and 30. My daughter just turned 28 last week, and my son turned 30 in the summer, so he's coming up on 31. So before they were even born, I was getting a little bit into the mystical, cosmic, woo-woo-y. I'm very drawn to that. And my dilemma I have with it is that I was raised in a Christian church. I was baptized when I was 12. So I have a lot of issues that I did learn to overcome them probably 20 plus years ago, 25 years ago maybe, because I got really into Wicca and paganism back then, and I was really studying hard, and I got my first tarot deck, which I actually still have. I rarely work with it, but I felt like that was my path. And then, your kids, I had a business that I was working like 14 hours a day back then, and on top of taking care of my kids, and then when they got older, taking them I homeschooled them, and then it just, I was just living my life the best way I knew how, and that mysticism left me. I abandoned it, and I'm not sure why. I just think to have a strong, vibrant spiritual practice, you do have to work on it. And when your spiritual practice is going to church and doing that kind of thing, that's already set up for you. It's already set up. You go, you listen, and you leave. You do, and you active participate as much as you want. As far as, mystical, earth-based, communing with nature and that type of thing, you have to do it yourself. And most Wiccans are solitary, and we find communities online, but it's something, it's so personal to us that we take that path alone, and it's just kind of the way it is, and I accept that, and I'm fine with that. I just have to get myself back into it. So that's kind of what this journey, this self-care journey is about. And the book that I read, I devoured it, A Year of Mystical Thinking, it reinforced my decision, and I related so much to it. So so that's kind of, I'm not doing it as she took one part of mysticism at a time, like January, and she wrote about what she did, and she focused on one thing. February, she focused on something else. I'm not quite doing it like that. I'm not that organized, but I am, being mindful. And I started a morning routine that's very important to me, and I think keeping that morning routine is going to keep me on track. So and as such, I'm using this as an accountability. You're my accountability buddies out there. Those of you that decide to watch. I know not all of you will, but it's just something that I'm doing for myself. And if one other person along the way resonates or can relate, I feel good about that. I'm not like here for the masses. I'm here for the people that find me. And the people that find me, I know that you're my people. So on to the next part of the video. It's actually altering a tarot deck. So that's kind of fun. And again, a lot of talking. So, I hope at the front of this video, I should have said, grab a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, cup of water, cup of wine, whatever it is that your beverage of choice is, and just sit back and enjoy. And thank you. I appreciate you, and I'll be talking to you soon. Okay, so I thought it would be fun to alter a deck on camera. Never done this before. I have seen people do it. This is a deck that I have. It's called these are Oracle cards, Sacred Geometry cards for the Visionary Path. And I was drawn to these cards because of the art on them. Let's see. I need to make sure there's no glare. There's a little bit of glare. I'm going to come a little closer too. Okay, so if I hold them a little bit like this, and you can see them better. The artist and the person that made this deck lives in Hawaii, and I lived in Hawaii for 4 years, and this deck just I could just super relate to it. The images, they're just really pretty, and also I am a mandala artist, and so I love the geometry of the mandalas that are in here that the artist incorporates. Now these cards are damaged. This one too. It looks like water damage, possibly. I probably left them out and then wasn't careful, and so because they're damaged, I don't feel bad altering them, especially if I mess them up. Also, this is it's a mass market deck. I believe it's still available. I'm not sure, but I love this deck because of what I said earlier. The Hawaii island vibe, the artist's work with the geometry of the mandala and that type of stuff. However, I have not worked with it a whole bunch, and I'll tell you why in a second. I do want to tell you, I saw my first ever snowy owl. I think that's what it was. It was a huge white owl when I lived in Hawaii, flying at night. Scared the shit out of me, but it was pretty cool. So the other problem I have with this deck for altering it is the borders are not even. So I did measure the bottom, so I'm going to do the bottom first, but this top border is different on a bunch of the cards. So like you can see the difference here. Like this top part is larger than this part. So that's going to make trimming the top a little, like, look how much room is here. Whoa, that's going to make it a little difficult if I don't want any border at all. But I might just measure it to size and then go from there. So that's what I'm going to just start doing it. So I'm going to use this cutter, and I've measured each card, and I don't know if you can see them, but there's little lines on here. This little line, that's kind of where I'm putting my card for each time. And then I'm just going to cut it just like that. And I was going to show you, sorry, totally forgot. One of the reasons I am trimming it, it shuffles nice, but it's just too big and uncomfortable on my hands. Like I'm stretching really far. I don't know if you can see. And it takes me a bit to shuffle them, but they shuffle nice. So that's why I'm wondering and thinking if I just take a little bit off the bottom if that's going to be sufficient. So so we'll see. So while I'm doing this, I'm gonna raise this up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, so I'm just gonna talk a little bit about what I've been doing for self-care since the first of the year. I am filming this on Friday the 13th, and yeah, so I've read, so I'll start with the books that I've read 2 books in their entirety. Whoops, why is this? Oh, there we go. Okay, so I read 2 books in their entirety. One is called, and I will show these if I can figure out how to split up, like how I can keep talking but split the video. I think I know how to do that, but I'm just warning you that hopefully I'll be able to show a picture of the book. The first book was Kitchen Table Tarot, and I actually have it on Audible. I listened to the whole thing. Great book. Super easy to understand. The author, she's funny. Like she's, but I like that. And she goes through each card pretty thoroughly. And so then I am starting back to listen again with cards in hand. Actually, I wanted to give it one full read / listen before I started working with the cards, with the book, like with her interpretations and things. So that's one book that I started, finished, and am starting to read again. The other one that I just finished yesterday is called A Year of Mystical Thinking. And this was such a good book. Again, I listened to it. I believe the author read it too. But don't quote me on that. So she talks about, she's quite a bit younger than I am. Her kids, when she wrote the book, were, under 10. So young kids. And she talks about, she goes through each month how she tried something new, some kind of mystical, like, just for an example, meditating, tarot, yoga, Reiki. So she tried all these things, and she, trying isn't a great word, because it does come out in the book that she practiced tarot in high school, and so she had some knowledge which I could relate to, because I had an extremely spiritually mystical life when my kids were younger, even younger than her kids. And then I just kind of lost my way. I just, for whatever reason, specifically when we moved out here to this house, which was 5 years ago, I got rid of all of my mystical books, all of my Wiccan books, all of my tarot books. I had tons of tarot books, even though I only had, one tarot deck at the time, and I wasn't really using it. I didn't take the time to learn it. So I could really relate to her getting back to what I kind of call her roots. And I kind of feel like I'm doing that this year with my self-care and, getting back to just getting back into the spirituality, the mysticism, the connection to nature that I have used in the past, meditating, creative visualization, I used to, like, back in the old days, I could sit in the dentist chair, not comfortably, because I'm just not comfortable at the dentist, But the point is that I could sit in the dentist chair and I could practice breathing in the chair and calm myself. And I seem to have forgotten how to do all of that. So, yeah, so that's that book. Highly recommend. I'm also reading actual book, hold in hand book. Oh shoot, do I have it up here? Yes, it's called The Self-Worth Path, and it's by a tarot tuber, someone who I follow on YouTube who does tarot work, and it's really good. I'm just in the first section of the book, and I also belong to her YouTube membership group, and in that group, the book is being kind of studied. We're doing a walkthrough for the year. I'm going to read the whole book and then go through and participate with the whole group again. I'm just seeing how even these are. Oh, I think they look pretty good. If they're not super even, your cards will clump when you shuffle them. Side note. So I'm reading that book, and then I'm also reading I'm doing my study of Bridget, which is called Bridget's Light. And like I said, hopefully I'll have pictures of all of these in the video. So we'll see. And yeah, that's just, it's not like it's like an anthology. Like there's just little essays and poems and things, and I'm really enjoying it. So part of my self-care that I put into place this year is staying off my phone and my computer for at least the first hour in the morning. So I fell into a really, really bad habit of getting up, getting on my phone, and then getting on my computer, and the next thing I know, it's 2 o'clock and I haven't done anything. So I am prioritizing the things that I want to do, which is reading, tarot work, and creating. I'm setting priorities for that. So it, and writing I write morning pages. So I have talked about that on my channel before. It's just however long in the morning, it's just stream of consciousness writing, and yeah, I do that just for as long as I want to. So it's based off of an artist / author called Julia Cameron, who wrote the book called The Artist's Way, which I read, probably 30 years ago, or more. And yeah, she says you should write for 30 minutes, 3 pages, whichever comes first. I'm really bad with hard, fast rules like that. So I just write as long as I feel like it. Could be 10 minutes, could be 20, could be 3 pages, could be half a page. It just depends. And I know there's a reason that you're supposed to do it longer and all of that. Yeah, I get that. I know that. But I'm doing it in such a way that it works for me. So that's when I get up in the morning. I get up. If my husband isn't up yet, I take care of the dogs and, feed them, make sure they get outside, make coffee. And then I sit down while the coffee is brewing, and I start my morning pages. And yeah, I just, like I said, do that until I feel like I want to stop. And then I do reading. So I'm reading, like I said, Bridget's Way and the other book, that The Self-Worth Path. And I read just as much as I want to in those books. I try to read a chapter of The Self-Worth Path. It's really a good book, so this is not I'm not powering through because it's difficult. I'm actually enjoying it. And same with Bridget's Path, or Bridget's Light, kind of the same thing. And so, yeah. And then if I pulled cards that I want to go back and kind of look at and study and write some notes on a little bit more the day before, or even a couple of days before, I'll pull those out and do that. And then usually all of that takes me about an hour and a half. And then I look at my phone and look at the news and weather and, I just realized that today I did not get on Instagram or Facebook, which I'm kind of chuckling about because I always do. And today's the first day I didn't. So I find that very fascinating, that just getting out of that habit of getting on my phone every day. I've already kind of adjusted my habit of getting on social media. I did get on YouTube though, so there is that. Okay, so almost done here. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I have been creating every day. I'm working on ephemera for my grimoire. I'm trying to, I know like how I want to put the journal together. I'm just not sure I want it to be kind of bigger than normal. Maybe kind of like the Edith Holden journal that I made, the Edith Holden grungy journal. Maybe I'll make it big like that. I don't know yet. I do want it bigger, a bigger size journal, so I'm still not sure what that's going to look like. I did pick out some papers, but yeah, haven't bought anything specifically for it. I'm doing a use what I have, which is kind of nice. I am thinking about, I'm thinking about buying some coffee dyed papers, but I want coffee dyed papers with patterns on them. And I know Shannon at Mixed Media Minnesota used to sell those, but I didn't see any on her Etsy store. And I don't really, but then on the other hand, I could probably coffee dye some of my own papers. Or I could use the coffee dyed paper I already have and stencil some designs on. I don't really need that paper, so I'm kind of going back and forth with that. So let's see what we got here. Hopefully that wasn't too boring for you. So let's see how they shuffle for me. See if I want to take off a little bit more. Okay, that's much, much better. So maybe I'll just leave the bottoms, work with them a bit, and then I washed my hair today. I only shampoo my hair once a week, and so when I shampoo it for like, I don't know, a few hours afterwards, there's just hair everywhere. So I'm going to round the corners, and that's pretty close to what those top corners are, so I'm just going to call that good. Okay, well, I think I will do the rest of this off camera because I can't really think of anything more to talk about currently. And I think the last portion of this video, I will do a card pull for the week. Just do like a 3-card, you know, body, mind, spirit card pull. So, so I'll be back. Okay, for this part of the video, I thought it would be fun to use the altar deck that I just did. I actually ended up taking a little bit off the top too, off camera. And I do have a candle. It's kind of cheating. It's a, I don't know what they call these, just electric tea light. I'm not going to be in here for very long. I have some errands to run and things to do, so I didn't want to necessarily light a candle, but I do want to have the energy of the candle and take some deep mindful breaths. So I am going to be honest, I've only done 1-card pulls with Oracle decks. Oh, this deck is so nice now. Oh my goodness. Trimming it down is heavenly. Super easy for me to handle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull 3 Oracle cards. 1 for mind, 1 for body, 1 for spirit. And just, you know, maybe a little something to focus on. You know, you can choose either just to do it on Sunday or throughout the week. As far as the collective goes, I feel like I'm drawing these cards for the week ahead, since I want to do this each Sunday. So let's see what we get. So mind, body, focus. Things to be mindful of throughout the week next week. So, and this is how I do. I shuffle until it feels right, and then I hand shuffle until cards fall out. This is just my way. Not everybody does this. This is, I've done other draws where I've cut the deck, and it just, this feels right to me. So this, every time I've done like just a regular pull, I haven't felt, it just has not felt right. So that's why I just keep going to this. Sometimes the cards don't fall out. It could be that I'm talking instead of focusing. So I drew for the mind. So vibes, energies for the week next week for body. Okay, now intentions, energy, vibes for spirit for next week. Things to focus on. This card feels like it wants to come out. Okay, so I will have to read the guidebook because I haven't worked with these cards very much. So let's see what we have. So, mind. Mind, we have a peace offering. It's a beautiful, beautiful card. Hopefully you guys can see it. Just gorgeous. It has a dove. It looks, well, many doves. Looks like this has an olive branch for the peace offering. Some hearts. You know, 2 hands. So let's see what the book says for peace offering. I'm going to guess it's, you know, maybe not necessarily making amends, but reaching out to someone. Live peace pray, peace. Oh, I love that. Yeah. So this is for mind. So we have mind, body, spirit. And it says, as we view world events in these times, it is disheartening to hear of war, conflict, and aggression. Many feel powerless, incapable of action, and defenseless in the face of the outrage. Yeah, that's how I've been feeling. It's overwhelming for me. How can we be empowered? Both quantum physics and metaphysical thought affirm that by our intentions we create our own reality. No matter how dark it may seem, humankind is evolving. This card symbolizes prayers offered with the conscious, easy for me to say, conscious intention of peaceful hearts everywhere to shift from darkness and fear to love and compassion. It advises you not to lose hope, rather to live peace in whatever way you are able. By your actions and intentions, you will accelerate the process of creating true peace. Both your prayers and your efforts in the community to actively live peace and support those who are like-minded will aid in shifting the balance. In doing so, recognize that you are assisting the evolution of consciousness towards a world in which peace is truth and not solely a dream. Wow, that I love that. That's really, really beautiful and powerful. And I think I might add a couple of keywords on these cards, because if I knew live peace, pray peace instead of peace offering, like this is called, I think I might be able to intuitively read the cards a little better. Okay, so that was for our mind. So live peace, pray peace. Love that. So this is mind, body, healing the heart. Wow, that's beautiful. So this is so there's like a hillside in the background, green. There's water here with dolphins, or actually those are whales. Yeah, maybe some dolphins or porpoise right here, whales, and then this beautiful, beautiful geometric shape. It's just gorgeous. So healing the heart. So let's see what it says for that. Spirit of place, healing. It says, I don't want to read the whole thing because it's kind of long. So the keyword, spirit of place and healing. Various places all around our planet have the potential to bring you into alignment with healing energies. They may be revealed through cultural tradition, placement on the earth grid, or your own intuition. Sometimes these will be recognized places of power or sacred sites. Particular locations hold potent energy by virtue of their historical and cultural importance as an ideal place to offer prayers and quicken intentions. Be advised to seek out the places that summon you and honor the spirit of place that reside there. Be confident that you will be called to the locations that are in tune with your movement towards wholeness and your mission in this lifetime. You may be surprised to find that the place where you live holds healing energy for you. As you relax and feel into this spirit of place you call home, tune into your surroundings and recognize how they help restore and replenish you. Okay, this is amazing because I just today found a nature trail in my neighborhood, so I can go there and walk in the woods. I've been trying to find a place where I can go and walk where there's not like cars whizzing by, and so that's just amazing to me because I do plan to go check that out. So that could be a sacred space for me that's very close to home. So I haven't been there yet, so we'll see. Okay, so we have mind, body, and spirit. The Owl Guardian. This is another beautiful card. It has a little bit of water damage from years and years ago, but it's a beautiful owl. It looks like maybe the sun is setting or rising. You have the crescent moon with some hands. Beautiful, beautiful card. So let's see what that says. Okay, so this is spirit. Guidance, insight, and intuition are the key words. The message owl brings is one of guidance from the intuitive part of your being. Synchronicity and insights are likely indicators at this moment in your life. This is an excellent time to practice meditation or other techniques for connecting with your higher self. Love that. That's exactly the spiritual energy that I am calling in. And I've started to meditate again. I'm really good at sitting in quiet contemplation, which I guess technically is meditation, but I really want to do some more visualization type of meditation, where I can actually visualize my guides and visualize healing certain aspects of my psyche, really. So that's cool. Oh, and then it says, one fun and simple method is to try a bit of automatic writing, which I've been doing every morning. That last week, all week, I did my morning pages. Automatic writing. A great time to do this is first thing in the morning when you are fresh from dream time. However, any time will do. Clear your mind and start with the intention to connect with your higher self. Write without consciously thinking for as long as feels right. A paragraph or two is plenty. You may be surprised at the wisdom that comes from your higher self. Cultivating a genuine connection is not difficult, and appreciating the wisdom that dwells within you may aid in your ability to trust yourself. View the many facets reflected within and allow yourself to listen more closely to the insights and intuitions that are at all times available. Beautiful, beautiful reading. Super excited. I feel like this is things I already had planned, and it's just kind of a reinforcement of those decisions. And yeah, so I hope you got something out of this reading. Yeah, and I would love to hear any comments or insights, or even recommendations of books, decks, just anything. I would love to hear from you. And yeah, that's all I have. I just noticed I didn't turn my light on, but it looks okay in the camera. We'll have to see how it how it looks when I get it on my computer. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me on this first self-care Sunday. I do hope to make this a regular part of my channel, and I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for being here. Be good to yourselves. And I hope you have just a beautiful week, and I'll talk to you soon.